Welcome to AI in Marketing. I am your host and news curator Stan Bertolo from Nitro Marketing. You will find links to all the stories mentioned in this episode in the show notes.
Hello, this is Nia, your voice for today's headlines. It's Tuesday, May 5. Here is what we are covering. Influencers are increasingly taking on executive roles in major brands, a trend highlighted by recent appointments such as Druski at T-Mobile, Jake Shane at Kochis, and Dhar Mann at the NFL. This shift reflects a strategy where brands leverage the social capital and cultural influence of creators to enhance brand visibility and engagement. Lily Kamba, CEO of creator agency Superbloom, notes that integrating influencers into executive positions can strengthen brand ties beyond traditional partnerships. For instance, Whitney Levitt was appointed Chief Creative and Brand Officer at CoolSips due to her social influence, which CEO Andrew Moger believes will convert viral interest into real-world demand. Similarly, Kristen Hollingsaus, known for her Diet Coke content, was named Director of Diet Coke Breaks, a role that has increased brand engagement and led to product innovations. These roles often involve creative direction and cultural consultancy rather than traditional corporate responsibilities. The NFL's appointment of Dhar Mann as Chief Kindness Officer during the Super Bowl resulted in a positive sentiment lift for the league. Kamba advises that brands should ensure alignment between a creator's audience and the brand's target demographic, and consider equity deals to signify deeper partnerships. Next, Elon Musk's legal battle to shut down OpenAI's for-profit AI business centers on claims that the organization deviated from its original mission of AI safety. His attorneys argue that OpenAI, initially established as a charity, shifted focus towards profit, citing communications from its founders about counterbalancing Google DeepMind. Stuart Russell, a computer science professor from the University of California, Berkeley, served as Musk's sole expert witness on AI technology. Russell, who has long studied AI, testified about the potential dangers of AI, including cybersecurity threats and the risks of developing artificial general intelligence (AGI). He highlighted the tension between pursuing AGI and ensuring safety, noting the competitive arms race among labs globally. Despite his concerns, Russell's testimony was limited by the judge after objections from OpenAI's attorneys, who emphasized that Russell did not assess OpenAI's corporate structure or safety policies directly. The case reflects broader concerns about AI development, with figures like Senator Bernie Sanders advocating for regulatory measures. The lawsuit underscores the conflict between AI safety and the financial imperatives driving AI research. OpenAI's founders, while warning of AI risks, pursued for-profit ventures to secure necessary funding, contributing to the competitive landscape. Both sides in the trial seek to selectively use arguments from Musk and OpenAI's Sam Altman to support their positions. On a different note, finance ministers from the European Union met in Brussels to discuss gaining access to Anthropic's Mythos AI model, a powerful cybersecurity tool currently unavailable to EU governments. This meeting highlighted tensions between Europe and the United States over control of advanced technology. The European Commission has been in contact with Anthropic about its models, emphasizing the need to monitor security implications and prevent misuse. During the Eurogroup meeting, ministers focused on protecting banks and critical infrastructure from potential threats posed by Mythos. Spain's finance minister Carlos Cuerpo stressed the need for a European response, while Germany's Bundesbank urged the EU to demand access to test infrastructure against these threats. Although Anthropic announced a restricted release of Mythos, access is limited to US-based organizations. The White House has raised concerns about expanding access due to national security issues. The Eurogroup meeting did not result in an agreement, but European leaders signaled their expectation for equal treatment. Meanwhile, Greg Brockman, co-founder and president of OpenAI, testified in an Oakland federal court, revealing his stake in the company is valued at nearly $30 billion, despite not investing personal funds. This disclosure is central to Elon Musk's lawsuit, which claims OpenAI's leaders enriched themselves by converting the nonprofit into a for-profit entity, now valued at $852 billion. Musk, who donated $38 million to the nonprofit, alleges the restructuring was unauthorized and seeks the return of financial benefits to the foundation. Brockman received his equity as a co-founder and employee. The trial, overseen by Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers, began on April 28th and is expected to last 4 weeks. If liability is found, a remedies phase will follow, with Musk seeking up to $150 billion in damages and the removal of Brockman and CEO Sam Altman. With that said, Metalenz, a Boston-based optics startup, has developed a new under-display camera technology called Polar ID, which could revolutionize face recognition systems in smartphones and laptops. Unlike traditional systems that require visible camera cutouts, Polar ID can function beneath an OLED display, making it nearly invisible. This technology uses optical metasurfaces, which are flat lens systems that bend light with nanostructures, allowing for a more compact design compared to traditional multi-lens elements. Polar ID captures polarization data, enabling it to distinguish between real faces and high-quality 3D masks, offering a level of security that surpasses current systems like Apple's Face ID and Google's Face Unlock. The system is unaffected by lighting conditions and has been validated by third-party testing to meet high security standards. Metalenz plans to roll out Polar ID in consumer devices by 2027, with the under-display version expected in 2028. This advancement could provide Android devices with a secure face authentication system without compromising the seamless display experience that manufacturers strive for. After that, SAP's recent update to its API policy has raised concerns among partners and customers about potential restrictions on integrating third-party AI tools with SAP systems. The policy prohibits using SAP APIs for interactions with AI systems outside SAP-endorsed architectures, which some experts fear could lead to a lock-in effect. Marian Zeiss, an independent SAP consultant, noted that the restrictive nature of the policy might push developers to rely on undocumented APIs, as the list of documented APIs is not frequently updated. This could allow SAP to exert control over future developments within its systems. The policy has sparked controversy, with some suggesting it was published by mistake. SAP maintains that the updates aim to ensure secure and reliable use of its platforms, aligning with industry standards while protecting customer data. CEO Christian Klein reassured investors that customers would not be charged for accessing their data, and emphasized SAP's commitment to an open architecture. Alistair Bach from Dragon ERP highlighted the security benefits of tightening API access given the increasing frequency of automated data extraction and AI-driven probes. Finally, Panthalassa, a renewable energy and ocean technology firm, has secured $140 million in Series B funding led by Peter Thiel. The investment will support the manufacturing and deployment of autonomous, ocean-powered computing systems designed for AI infrastructure. New investors include John Doerr, Mark Benioff's Time Ventures, and others, alongside returning investors like Founders Fund. Panthalassa's floating nodes, powered by ocean waves, generate electricity to run AI chips, with data sent to land via satellite. This approach alleviates the limitations of land-based data centers, such as grid capacity and cooling issues. The company plans to deploy its Ocean 3 nodes in the northern Pacific Ocean in 2026, aiming for commercial operations by 2027, enhancing energy and computing capacity without terrestrial constraints.
Thank you for tuning in to AI and Marketing. If you want to learn more, check out the episode description. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. Contact us to learn how to launch your own AI-generated podcast at nitromarketing.com. That's NYTRO marketing.com. See you tomorrow for more AI and tech news.